Okay, hello everybody. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Wednesday. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about, as I said in the title here. It's going to be a very busy week here in the tri-state, really starting tomorrow. Really, the prep work has already started if you've been out and about and noticed that Blink, they're already setting a lot of things up. Already getting those light installations set up. And tonight, I tell you what, a little hack, if you will, is that you go out tonight when there's really no crowds, and a lot of the things will already be lit up because they're testing things. So, maybe not a bad idea. So, just a recommendation. Yes, so anyways, Blink, of course, kicking off tomorrow evening. We have our Blink special. So we'll be live with stuff related to Blink all day tomorrow, but our 10:30 to 11 o'clock half hour is completely all dedicated to Blink. So, and we're really excited about it. It's one of my favorite weekends in the tri-state. I know if you've been tuning in lately, you already know that. But I just absolutely love everything about it. And if you've never gone, I highly recommend that you do. We have a section on our website for all of the information. Their app, you don't even have to download the app. Their website is very helpful with where you want to go. It even shows you what everything's going to look like. Of course, in person, it's so much better. And where there's music, where there's food, how you can walk between these things. I mean, I will say, there are going to be huge crowds. Millions of people are expected to be here for this. But if you just embrace that and know that it's going to take you a bit to get from point A to point B, I think it's so worth it. 2019, it was absolutely packed. 2022, I only went down on Sunday because I was actually out of town. And that was nice, too, because there weren't as big of crowds. I found parking very easily and was able to walk around very easily. So anyways, we'll have much more on Blink, I'm sure, throughout the day today. But let's get to the weather. If you didn't see this yesterday, and I think I did show you guys this yesterday, but time lapse from yesterday morning. Of course, this morning it would have been a lot clearer than this. We had some of that patchy frost. I was telling somebody at the gym this morning. So yes, yesterday and Monday, all day, I told people, hey, we're going to have some frost, freeze. You should bring your plants inside. You should put a blanket on them. I woke up at 5 a.m. today and thought, oh my gosh, I didn't protect my plants. I checked the temperature. It was 36 degrees. So I brought them into the garage at 5 a.m. and then put them back out at like 10 a.m. or something. I guess it was before 10 a.m. But anyways, yeah, so shame on me. I didn't practice what I preach. Okay, so it's going to be dry today. Interestingly enough, and if you see on our weather app, we posted this, that CVG reported trace amounts of snow yesterday. It was actually graupel, but I don't think they have like a technical, I don't know. In their climate report, it's basically snow or not snow, liquid precip. So anyways, they put it under snow. It was really graupel. I have that, like what graupel is and how it differs from sleet, posted online. But basically, graupel forms on super cooled water droplets. So whereas sleet forms, it's basically just a different temperature profile. Sleet forms basically higher up in the atmosphere, and it doesn't have time to melt before it reaches the ground. And so you see those ice balls. Graupel looks a lot like sleet. It's also kind of ice balls, but it just forms in a different way. So because temperatures were in the 40s at the surface yesterday as it was raining, and that's why it led to some of that graupel. But we will be dry today. You don't have to worry about any of that kind of precipitation whatsoever. All of that rain from that system that we had yesterday has pushed off to the east. And even this wider view, which, by the way, we will be talking about the tropics. You can see there are a couple of disturbances in the Gulf and then also in the Atlantic. And so, yes, we're going to be tracking those as well. But around here, dry weather, clear skies expected for much of the day today. Actually, I guess I didn't show the cameras. Let's actually look at the cameras before we get into the drought monitor. Okay, so beautiful weather outside right now. I tell you what, even with those clouds, it is still quite nice. We'll see these fair weather clouds throughout the day today, but tonight we'll see those clearing skies and should be really pleasant. It's going to be chilly again. Those temperatures will fall down into the 30s again tonight for just about everyone. National Weather Service has not issued frost advisory for us just yet, although Most of them kind of come very close to us. We'll have to see if they extend it. Part of that is because for some of us, we've already had frost, so they don't put an advisory out every time there's frost. Once you've had it once, then they stop putting out the advisories. The same with freeze. If you've seen temperatures drop below freezing once, then they're not going to put out that advisory again. But for many of us, those temperatures didn't drop below freezing. I think officially at CVG it was 33. I'll pull up those morning lows here coming up. But just to reiterate that this might be it. That we do need the rain. Drought monitor shows abnormally dry conditions for a large portion of the tri-state. This will be updated tomorrow, so we'll have to see with the dry weather that we've had in the past week. We only measured 1/100th of an inch of rain at CVG yesterday. So from where we take the official measurements, that's just going to continue. Let's do. This might not be the graphic that I actually wanted. Let me see. This might be what I want. Yes, this is what I want. Okay. Okay, so these were the official low temperatures today. As I mentioned, CVG 33, Lumpkin 34. Hamilton was below freezing at 31. Unfortunately, these are coming from excuse me, local airports, so we don't have we don't have that in some of those areas to the southeast where I think it was below freezing. I would have to get a different graphic to show you that, but either way, yes, it was cold this morning, no doubt about that. All right, let's talk about the tropics. As I mentioned, we are tracking a couple of disturbances. So the storm in now kind of the central Atlantic, was in the eastern Atlantic. It's continuing to move westward. In the next 2 days has a 30% chance of forming into a tropical system, 40% chance in a week. Basically, it's heading west. Regardless of whether it's a named tropical storm or not, it's still going to have a lot of rain, a lot of high winds, basically some strong thunderstorms for portions of the Leeward Islands, Cuba, Puerto Rico, obviously taking a direct hit there as well. And then the other one that you could see on the satellite view, or satellite and radar that I showed you earlier, is this system that's north of Panama. That is expected, I forget what the chances are. It has a small chance of becoming a named storm in the near future, but let's see. 10% chance in 2 days, 20% chance in 7 days. So we'll be watching that one as well. So a couple, and again, even if it doesn't become a named storm, it will have heavy rain for portions of Central America. So a couple of systems that we're watching there in the Atlantic Ocean that could become named storms in the coming days. Another breezy day today. You know, we talked about this yesterday that the winds wouldn't be quite as high today, but still 20, 25 mile per hour wind gusts definitely going to continue throughout the day today. So another breezy day, of course, making it feel even colder as you do step outside. Here are the actual temperatures as of noon: 49 at CVG, 52 in Hamilton, 46 in Lebanon, Wilmington at 49, 47 in Batavia. Batesville has also climbed into the 50s, right at 50 degrees. Seeing those clouds increase, so that's going to keep those temperatures pretty steady this afternoon. But 49 right now at CVG with light winds out of the north, around 3 miles per hour. And dew point, much drier air now that we saw that system move through. Excuse me, that brought us some of that precipitation yesterday. Dew point now down into the 30s. So sunset at 6:58. I mentioned that blink kicks off at 7 o'clock every evening. I think by 8 is going to be even better because you really want it to be dark to take it all in. And that's, of course, when they're having the parade tomorrow as well. Temperatures today will climb into the upper 50s, about 10 degrees cooler than the normal high of 67. And again, we should see those clouds start to thin out as we head into the evening hours, which is good news because you can check out the supermoon. Dean Rodriguez is having an event in Alt Park this evening from 6 to 8 so that you can check out the moon. You'll be able to see it from anywhere, but you know, if you have a telescope, it'll look even cooler because right now it's closer to the Earth than it has been all year. And so it appears larger. It's still the same size as it has always been, but it'll just look much bigger because it's so close. So if you can take a snapshot of that, we would love to see it here. Fox19.com/pics. That's PICS. You can email us as well. But yeah, that event tonight, grab an extra layer because those temperatures will tumble once that sun sets. And then this is the forecast for tomorrow evening's blink. Basically, excuse me, we're looking at mainly clear skies, so you'll be able to see the supermoon and blink tomorrow. Temperatures dropping into the 40s by the end of the event. I believe the official times of blink are 7 to 11, although some of those installations will stay lit throughout the evening, but that's when all of the entertainment is, from 7 to 11. However, there's a lot of stuff going on from different times, like different bands, different activations, things like that. So all of that information is available online. They've done a great job of communicating everything out there and on their website and on our website, which our website will basically, it does have a lot of information, especially about street closures, but then you can link to theirs as well. So if you want to check that out. But yes, if you are heading out, it is going to get, chilly in the evening hours. So grab those extra layers. And the Roebling Bridge is just absolutely gorgeous when it's lit up for blink. Here's a look ahead to, really quiet weather. Of course, we're going to see those temperatures drop down into the 30s again tonight. In some spots, it will be below freezing again. Tomorrow, and I'm going to have to stop this. Okay, there we go. Friday morning, we're also looking at temperatures dropping down into the 30s, and then we're done with the 30s for at least a little while. And then Friday afternoon, excuse me, it's like I actually feel like my throat is dry. So when I'm talking, it makes it worse. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not sick. It's just like air. Anyways, Friday's high temperatures back into the 70s, upper 60s, low 70s. And then again, we're out of the 30s. We're looking at temperatures for the most part in the 40s Saturday morning. You notice that some of these areas drop into the upper 30s, but we're not looking at that widespread frost or freeze expected once we get through Friday morning. So again, and I need to take my own advice, but again, tomorrow morning and Friday morning, not a bad idea to cover up those plants or bring them inside because it is going to be in the 30s again. So here's a look ahead to any kind of rain chances once we get beyond this weekend, because we've been talking about how this weekend, all the way through the weekend, is going to be dry, great weather for blink or Friday night football or any other activities, going to the pumpkin patch, the zoo has the jack-o'-lantern glow, whatever it may be. Next week, Tuesday into Wednesday, is when we see a chance for a few spotty showers. Does not look like a big deal, but that's our next chance for rain. So looks like that another lengthy period of very dry weather is expected. So likely those drought conditions will worsen when the drought monitor gets released tomorrow. They will have that information for you, I'm sure, tomorrow morning, but also Ethan Emery will have it on your 19 at noon. I believe he's doing 19 at noon tomorrow. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the 50s today, 60s tomorrow and Friday, back into the 70s for the weekend. And we stay there in the 70s, overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Somebody asked me, wait, what was the question? Do I think the warmer weather will stay with us until the middle of November before the weather gets cooler? I do think that overall, and let's look at beyond the 7-day, this might not be, these words might not be updated. Oh no, okay. Well, no. Okay, that's pretty accurate. So basically, when we go beyond the 7-day forecast, temperatures are still above normal. Remember, the normal high for today is 67. So as we go further into October, those normal highs will drop. So when you're looking at highs that are already above the normal high for today, it's going to be above normal overall. And no 30s there on the beyond the 7-day forecast either. So even as we go closer and closer to Halloween and the beginning of November, you're looking at dry weather and warm weather overall. So yes, I do think this warmer weather lasts. Now, we're not talking about temperatures in the 80s and 90s anymore, but still upper 60s and low 70s definitely possible. I think that was the question that I saw that I hadn't answered yet. Okay. Let me just make sure that they have not issued any frost or freeze. Oh, here we go. This is the graphic I was looking for earlier. yeah, so everybody was in the 30s this morning. Hamilton below freezing, right at freezing in Boston, just barely above freezing at CVG. So it was cold. I'm sure some valley spots, some of these areas that aren't on the map, dropped below freezing, no doubt about it. Oh, so they did issue. Gosh dang it, now I've got to update the web story. So they did issue a freeze warning, actually. 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. So everybody, with the exception being Decatur County right now, included in a freeze warning. So even more important for you to protect those plants. The other thing that they mentioned, and I know this probably doesn't pertain to a ton of people, but some people, that if you have a sprinkler system, that could freeze when these temperatures drop below freezing. So it says temperatures could get as low as 30. So, well, that is good to know. I'll have to post that. So that was breaking weather news right here on 19 at noon. GCAT, doing the GCAT scratch to stay warm. Yes, I think it will be warm enough and nice enough. As of right now, which, because I know that people are probably already thinking about it, but Halloween is still 2 weeks from what, tomorrow? So it's 15 days away. It's way too soon to say with any kind of confidence what the weather is going to be like that day, but it does look warm. I think that pattern does continue. So if you're trying to plan your outfit, now as far as precipitation, it's way too soon to tell about precipitation, but it does look like our overall pattern with warm weather does continue. So if that helps you plan your outfit, I know Peyton has been talking about it a lot. She hasn't picked out an outfit yet, and she wanted to wait to see what the weather is going to be like. So that's your very early call for that. Again, tonight, you can, see there, the freeze warning. Now the freeze warning just came out on the app, so it is really breaking weather news. But tonight, if you are out and about checking out the Supermoon, or there's actually like a run and bike ride to get a preview of Blink. That information's on the website as well. But regardless of what you're going to be doing, and if you were out last night, you know this, like soon as that sun sets, which sun is setting right around 7 o'clock, those temperatures will drop. I mean, that sun really helps us out this time of year to help to warm things up during the daytime hours. But with the sun setting so early, it allows that temperature to drop pretty quickly. So grab those extra layers if you are going to be out and about. Maybe getting that early preview of Blink, which I highly recommend. I was saying that, especially in 2019, because I was working nights at the time, and I was all over reporting on Blink, doing all of the preview stuff. It was really, it was really neat because it felt like all of those lights were just for me, because nobody was around, because they, it doesn't start till Thursday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they were already testing everything. It was really cool. So I recommend getting out there and checking that out. I think there's over 80 installations. So I think you need more than one day to check it out, maybe even all 4 days, 20 installations a day, and then you'll get to all of them. So anyways, yes, we will be talking much more. I have the same elderly friend. I would say if you're going to be outside tonight, I would be by a fire. That's a good idea. And I was thinking about this today. Now is a good time to get that furnace to test it. I know some people, they've already turned it on. They already know if it's working. But if you're holding out because it is going to get warmer, not a bad idea to test that yourself or get the routine maintenance done this week, because next week it gets warmer. People will forget about it. I would get that done this week, and then you're kind of ahead of the game. So that's my advice for that. I was talking to a friend of mine works for a heating and air company, and we were talking about that now's the time to really be ahead of the game on that. Okay, I think that's all that I have for you right now. I'm gonna go push this alert out about the freeze warning. Make sure everybody knows about it because it just kind of popped up. And yeah, I guess that's all that I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for everybody for joining me, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. I will be in tomorrow, but I'm only doing Blink coverage, so you won't see me on 19 at noon or any of the weathercasts. And then, of course, and then Saturday morning, we're doing some upgrades to our system here, and so I will not have the streaming show Saturday morning, but I'll post something on Facebook so that everybody knows. So I'll see you Saturday on the air. Yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great day.